Good morning, y'all. Would you like to see where I live? I have people ask to come to my garden, and I'm so busy most of the time I don't really open it ever. This came from my grandmother's, and I really love that. It visited it. It lived at my mom and daddy's house too, and then I'm the one that ended up with it because look at here, y'all. One is near God's heart in a garden. Here is where I live. And I could not be more thankful. I had the vision of looking out in a yard, well, and seeing a garden like this. It was surrounded by a fence and perennials, and to be living a dream, to be able to have things like this come true. Wow, the thankfulness. And here are our woods. And here are my babies. So, it's a overwhelming thankfulness that I feel when I come out here. Even on days when I'm too tired and I don't feel good, which is not often, but sometimes. Even when I come out here and see this right here, deer damage. All in here. They decided to eat up the moon vine. But I fenced them in, and we sprayed it with liquid fence, and they've been gone. So, okay, let's look at the dahlias. Y'all, that one's being spotlighted for you. They're so pretty. I'll need to deadhead some. I did that yesterday. Cleaning them up, I try to keep them picked because I want them to keep blooming until fall. And mine start really early because I overwinter in the ground. So, and we had a really beautiful, cool, wet spring, which they loved. So they're just outperforming themselves this year. And I'll span over here because this is the first morning. Look at that. My little row of sunflowers, those are supposed to be miniatures, but I guess there's so much fertilizer in the dirt over there that they decided to grow taller, which is fine with me. There's my zinnias. They're kind of worse for the wear. I've picked and picked, and they're kind of in between. I deadheaded and picked yesterday. So here's, this is a cucumber I planted after I had planted the other bed of cucumbers. So I'm not real good with succession planting, but this year I'm trying to do better. That cucumber's doing pretty good. Here's a celosia that is volunteer in this bed. That's tuberoses in the bed, zinnias, cleome, cucumber, Mexican tarragon. So we have a big mix there. Okay, here's, you see this wilting? That's because we've got so much heat. And after I do this video, I'm going to get the hose and water these really well. They're not on a drip. This bed isn't. The other bed is on a drip, and they were watered last night, so they're happy. But y'all, grow dahlias. If you only just get one or two, just grow some. Look at that beauty. They're fun, and it is possible to grow them in the south in the heat. It takes a little work, and you have to stay on task with them because they do not like to get dry. But look how beautiful. This one is really, what is this one? Maybe Sierra Glow? I don't know. I think that might be what it is. It doesn't quite look like it, but anyway, we'll take it. These are just so beautiful. I love that terracotta color. And I've realized that I had orange dahlias, more this color. I had some dinner plate, that color, and I think all of them are gone. So I'll have to add a few, which that'll be fine with me. This is Cafe au lait, and look how pretty it is with this one that I don't know the name of. And then when you have these flowers in the background, I always love still life. So there's the cucumbers. They're planted a little bit close to that, so I'll do different next year. But Miss Huff Lantana is coming on back there. And let's see, I'll walk you down this bed over here. There's just nothing like it. As much as I love daylilies, they only last that one day. So these are such a joy after daylily season. Then we have dahlias, which the dahlias can stay on the plant. You know, they bloom for, some of them bloom a week. The bloom stays there. This is Otto's Thrill. It's still one of my favorites. That is one that I started out with, and this one is Breakout. And with those two dahlias, I started the trek of growing dahlias even in this heat. So with those two at the beginning, there's no wonder, is it, that I love them. This one is just a huge performer. It's just perfection in this heat. It's Miss, let me see, wait a minute, make sure. It's Miss Amara, and it has been, this is a third year, I think, where it has really just performed. So we have lots of blooms, lots of blooms. Gosh, I'm so thankful for this. Just so thankful. And let me add a few little daylilies and let you see those. These are all my seedlings that are reblooming. That's one. They need to be picked off. These are all my seedlings, but they're done. And then we have this bed. It's mostly my seedlings. These three that are still blooming are my seedlings. So, and then we have a few nasturtiums. And it's time to start thinking about switching over to fall growing. Isn't that pretty? That's buttercream. It's a beautiful little, but the nasturtiums, see, some of them can't make it in this heat, but some of them can. So there's the babies. They're scouting out. Here's the garden in hot July. There's home up on the hill. So I hope you enjoy looking at my garden. I enjoy sharing it with you here. This is Mona from Winterpast.